to the university and she says, my dad wants me to be a doctor, and that's what she's doing, but she actually has some other good quality skills that in other areas. Do you think it's the best way to go? So many issues we'll be trying to look at with this particular this topic that we'll be discussing today. So a renowned educationist in the person of Nii Addy Armah joins us on the show this morning. Good morning, sir, and welcome to Radio Univers 105.7 FM.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
It's always a pleasure on this platform. Great. So today we're discussing children or students who a lot of the time have their careers or things they want to do or achieve in the future being forced on them by their parents. Now, help us with this. What is really the problem, or what accounts for some of these issues? I mean, for instance, you have a dad who is a doctor and he's so bent on making sure that his son becomes a doctor. In the first place, do you find this problematic?
Good. We can look at this issue in different angles. To the word force, I don't think would aptly describe a father who is a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer or an accountant or a journalist and wants the son or the daughter to do the same. Usually what it is that the parents would motivate, or if you like, inspire the child to follow suit in the same profession that the parents have gone. I mean, look at it the other way, where some parents have been in some career and do not want the children to be in same career. I mean, boxing, for example, gives a lot of money. But, I mean, interviews with many boxers shows that they don't want their children to also be boxers. So if professions like doctors and lawyers want their children to do the same, then probably we have to ask ourselves why, or why do those parents inspire or motivate their children to do the same profession that they do? And many reasons can account for that. One is if the parents probably are set up an organization in the same field because of continuity, because of family pride. He would want any of the children to go the same profession so that continuity will be there, or that pride of a doctor, of the father being a doctor and setting up a clinic, if you like, or having distinguished himself in the field and having a child to continue with the family good name can also be there. So there can be things to look at in that direction.
Interesting submissions already, but for children who sort of do not like the idea of their parents forcing a particular profession or career on them, how would you advise that these children come out of it? Or how do you advise that they go about the situation such that it doesn't appear that they are disrespecting their parents, but rather pursuing their interests?
Good. That is a two-way affair. One, the parents must appreciate that a child at a certain age, particularly above 18 years, at least have a right to choice. To be able to say that, Daddy, Mommy, I'm not interested in this course that you want me to take, and that I'm more interested in this. You see, it becomes difficult in our context where we are usually under our parents and they force us so much to do a particular thing because they think or they pay for our living. But in other developed economies where children, if you like, at the age of 18 and above are classified as adults and can therefore make firm decisions for themselves, it does not happen there. So in our context, we'll say that parents should appreciate what their children can do. I mean, for all you know, or even it's a common knowledge that, look, there are carpenters out there who are making the best furnitures.
Yeah,
for that reason, they are known and respected than maybe a doctor or a lawyer who are so distinguished in his profession. So we have to appreciate that every profession has something to contribute to the development of society. And as long as that child has the will, or if you have the calling in that profession in order to excel than being ordinary, the parents should also be open to that.
Interesting submissions on the platform already. But sir, before we let go of you, do you believe in all of this conversation that we are having this morning? The schools also have a role to play, such that the counseling system that has become weak in many of these educational institutions are revitalized, such that they could provide some guidance in consultation with the parents, or you are of the view that this is solely the prerogative of the parent and the child. I mean, how do we go about mitigating this situation between the relevant stakeholders, that's the school, the child, and the parents?
Every well-established school or higher educational administration should have what we call career counseling unit, and must also have what we call the pastoral unit. The pastoral unit is not in terms of being a pastor in a church, but a pastoral means somebody who guides the students out of their curricula. So while the educational counseling unit sees the strength of the child in one angle, and the parents also forcing the child in the other angle, can speak to that student and equally speak to the parent.
Yeah,
both in the career counseling and the pastoral counseling, so that the parents can be of one mind. See, I studied law as part of the many qualifications that I have. If you ask me, I'll tell you I did not do it voluntarily. I do it in what I call peer pressure, because I happen to have great friends around me who are lawyers, and I have some family influential people who are lawyers. So they'll say, go do it. And I said, fine, I did it for peer pressure, if you like, or because they asked me to do it. But if you ask me, I'll tell you I'm very comfortable and very happy working in the educational space, and I'll continue to be there. So, but that decision can be made by the child or the student when he's of age, like I am, particularly to be able to pay for his own fees. But when we remain with our parents in an African setting, it becomes difficult. But we have to plead with the parents and also with the school authorities to work in that triangular method: parent, student, school administration, to make sure that we're turning out the best of the child and not being ordinary in a profession because it looks good or because others are doing it, so you should also do it.
Great. And finally, sir, what advice do you have for parents, especially, and also students who are being forced to do some courses or pursue some careers that are not of interest to them? Or what sort of advice do you have for such people?
You see, there is what we call continuous education, and parents must have continuous education. Continuous education, not in the classroom or in the lecture room, but be open up to things that are happening. I mean, now the whole world is driving towards entrepreneurship. So a parent who is continuously educated will know that things changes, and that when things are changing, people must also change to that direction. I mean, I know people who are doing so well on the path to becoming doctors, only to wake up one day and say, no, I don't feel that this doctor thing is good for me, so let me move into administration or law. And today, they have distinguished themselves. You see, the human ability as it is, the human mind as it is, we can do 10 courses. You can do 10 professions if you are a little smart enough. But what we seek is that what we can best perform in, that which will distinguish us, that which will set us apart from mere mortals. And that is what parents must focus on. Be it a carpenter, be it a mason, be it a plumber, be it a car washer, as long as that calling will distinguish the child and will point finger to that child as being excellent in what he does, I think that is what parents should look at to. I mean, when did football become popular? Now people want their children to play football. Days back, they don't want it. Okay, so things are changing. And we must change with the time, with continuous education, both on the side of parents, on the side of the educational institutions, and then on the side of students. It's a triangular thing.
But you bring in an interesting perspective to this issue we're discussing. So, I mean, you talk about sports, and where do you draw the line between a child who wants to perhaps, let's say, go into sports, football, but the parent thinks otherwise and wants him to maybe do more of school, and this child is sort of confused? I mean, how do you draw the line to make sure that at least both parties benefit? So for the child who wants to play football and the parent who wants that child to go to school, because it's become a quite interesting spectacle, if you ask me, over the past few years, where people want to go into other areas outside school, but their parents are having none of that. I mean, do you find it even a challenge in the first place, and how should we even go about it? I mean, parents.
I have that in my house. I mean, my little son, I asked him, what do you want to be in future? And he tells me he wants to be a lawyer and a football. Okay, and he wants to be a lawyer because he admires his uncle who is doing very well in law, and he wants to be a footballer, for which reasons I don't know.
That's an interesting combination. Law and football.
Combination, a lawyer and a footballer. So I think I reflect on it, and I say that yes, if he can do both. I mean, at the age of 30, I mean, today we heard in the news Ronaldinho has resigned at the age of 36 from football. So yes, he can do football at the age of 36. I mean, some have entered the law profession at the age of 45, 50 years. Etc. So if he can do both, that's fine. But again, what you have to look at is that two things there in football. Okay, one, does he have the talent to play football, or because he kicks the leather with his friends and he admires the game, he thinks that he wants to play football. So the thing that if he has the real talent, then you want to put him into it. And if you want to put him into it, you want to put him into it very well. So he will play at a very high competitive level. So from age 12, you want to enroll him in a football academy in Europe somewhere, or will he play it on his own in the house with the children whilst he goes to school, and then you study the two side by side and see which one he's doing very well in, and then you push him in there. So the question is, does he have the talent to play? If he has the talent, then you want to help him in an institution or in a proper setting where the child, if for instance I touch wood, he hurts the leg, he breaks the leg, and he cannot continue with the football, he will have an educational career to pursue. And you see, those establishments are not there in our country now. Okay, so that is the problem if one faces that challenge in this country. So you go on and on and on and grow and discover himself before he says, "Oh, I can do this." Go and play the football, if you like, along the house or in small teams, and that would not even get him to that level that you want him to get to on the world stage, because he would have grown too much to get back there. So it's dicey in our situation. If institutions can develop, if this